Hello, y'all. My name is Gina Lee, if you haven't seen me before, and if you have seen me before, welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Today, we're going to be doing another hair dyeing video, but this time we're actually going to be doing my little sister Ava's hair. We're doing her hair for her upcoming birthday. She requested a Billie Eilish inspired look, which the one we're doing today is the black hair with the red roots, so we'll be giving her some bright red ghost roots, which I'm super excited about. So yeah, let's get into the video. All right, y'all, first thing we're doing is we are brushing through Miss Ava Girl's hair. Don't mind the face she's making. I promise you, she is just being dramatic. And the second thing we're going to be doing is sectioning her hair to prepare for the black hair dye, since we're going in with that first. Okay, maybe I was a little rough when I was wrapping the sections up, but she is my sister, and she did attack me physically a lot as a child, so I feel like this is only fair. We put it into 4 sections, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. For the black hair dye, we're going in with Black Onks by L'Oreal, and we're using 10 Volume Developer by Ion. I totally spilled something whenever I flicked that cap in there. And I used 2.4 or 2.5 ounces of the developer here. Now we are going in with the black hair dye, and I'm just popping the little seal at the top of it. I actually was arguing with my little sister during this time because she told me I was stupid because I didn't know that when I first started dyeing my hair when I was like 15. But yeah, that's what I'm yelling at her about right there. But I'm just making sure to get every last freaking drop of this black hair dye in there. And then I am mixing it up together really well, making sure everything is well incorporated. Now we are going in with a brush and taking tiny sections out of those larger sections, and I am dyeing it probably about 1.5 to 2 inches below the roots. We're really making sure to avoid the roots here because we are going to have to bleach them afterwards. And if you know anything about bleaching over fresh black dye, that does not work very well. So we're being very careful to kind of avoid that top section. That way we don't mix that. Excuse the fact that I got it all over her forehead. She likes to move around a lot and not listen. I love her to death. She's like one of my favorite people in the whole world, but she is a little bit of a pain in my ass sometimes. So I feel bad that I got black hair dye on her face, but not as bad as I probably would if it was not my little sister. She's a little bit of a demon. If you know her in real life, you know that. She's really sweet, but she's also kind of a little bit of a demon. And I guess, you know, she probably actually gets that from me. We're just going through and making sure everything is real saturated, and there is all of the sections dyed with the black. So we washed that out and then blow dried her hair, and now we are going in and sectioning again. This time we're going to be doing very small sections whenever we're bleaching. She has an astronomical amount of hair. Like, look at that. That is absolutely insane. But I think there's 13 sections here. That's correct. There is 13 sections. I did have to count. And here I poured 4 ounces of that same developer, and we're using 2 ounces of this ion lightener oil and 2 of these bleach packets, or the activator packets. And there's the kit that I use. Now you're just mixing everything together really well. This stuff smells nasty.
Girl, oh my god. A Victorian child would die immediately. You put some ammonia like this, you're not gonna be like, oh no, it's the plague. You guys don't cry, no.
All right, we're taking the bottom section of hair at the very back down first, and bleaching those roots. The technique I'm kind of doing is I'm making sure to saturate everything very well, of course, but also, as you can see, I'm dragging the brush down a little bit through it. That way you don't end up with like a straight line, and there's a little bit of a gradient effect to the black and into the red. Also, whenever you're bleaching large sections of hair, or if someone has an insane amount of hair like Miss Ava Girl does, you want to make sure to work really quickly, because that bleach is going to work really fast, and obviously it's going to start processing as soon as it goes on the hair. So be sure to saturate things very well and work very quickly with the bleach. That way you can make sure everything's relatively even. Here are those roots after we washed them out and blow dried her hair. They're not perfect, but they do still have like the gradient effect thing that I was kind of talking about. Here's another view of them. And for the red, we are going in with Iro Red and the slightest bit of Iro Purple as well. And now we are going back in and sectioning again. We're just going to be doing 4 sections this time, kind of like we did at the beginning, since we are just kind of going over the root, so it doesn't have to be quite as exact. And I am pouring this entire container of the red hair dye in there, making sure to get out every last drop, because Ava has more hair than me and she didn't tell me to get more dye. And we're using the tiniest bit of purple. That is all I put in there. And now we're just mixing that up super well. And here's what that color looks like. So you're doing a similar process as we did with the black, just we're doing the roots this time. So just going over everything and making sure to really work that dye into those roots and that everything gets saturated. Since we are doing red roots and it goes into black, you don't have to be as exact with it. Just make sure that you do really get in there and cover every little piece of hair. And we're just massaging that into her head, and we're gonna let her process for 30 minutes. And this is what she looks like all washed out. You can see how freaking bright those roots are. They turned out so beautiful, and this red and black looks so freaking good on her and her beautiful skin tone. And she requested to fuse her own hair, so her hair's a bit wild here, but it looks beautiful. And this is what those roots look like. I definitely think the bleach could have been blended a little better at the top, but I was trying to work really quickly with it, so I will probably touch that up in the future. But yeah, she looks so, so gorgeous, and she really likes it, and I'm super, super happy about it. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing the hair dyeing process today. I'm really happy with the final results. If you guys have any requests for me for in the future, please leave them in the comments. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.